Welcome back to the Orlando Magic rebuild. This is the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1 between the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks. Two of the top teams in the playoffs thus far, with the Atlanta Hawks only dropping 2 games thus far in the playoffs and the Orlando Magic only losing 1 game thus far. This is going to be a battle, and it should be a juggernaut fight to see who is going to represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. 2 teams who over the recent years have been looked at to be quote-unquote rebuilding and now have making large jumps to potentially be in the NBA Finals and take it all for their city and their teams. There you see Terry Rozier getting ready. It's going to be a battle. This game was a battle. This game showed me that this is going to probably be the most interesting series that we've seen thus far after the embarrassment of the Boston Celtics in the last round. Of course, we are waiting to see who also is going to represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals, and that too should make for a good series no matter who wins this one. Off the top, Mo Bamba and Onyeka Okongwu, and the Hawks win the tip. Trae Young already, as you can see, pushing the ball forward. That's going to be a common thing. Quick basket already. Julius Randle, for y'all that don't remember, signed with the Atlanta Hawks. Again, Trae Young pushing up the pace, putting pressure on the Orlando Magic defense, and boom, reverse layup. We decided to go with Jonathan Kuminga with the assignment in Game 1, just to try to put some length on him. Going forward in the series, I do think that it's too tough of a task to put on a rookie right now, as well as Jonathan Kuminga has been playing. As you see, Mo Bamba with the putback in, an area that we're going to need Mo Bamba to specialize in, controlling the glass. When Mo Bamba controls the glass, we are successful. But as you can see right here, throughout the course of the game, you're going to see Trae Young is just a little too advanced and too much to handle. Good defensive possession from Jonathan Isaac for Kuminga. So we're probably going to look to find different ways to cause trouble for Trae Young. He's just so talented. As you see, he makes that pass. A player like Trae Young is going to be tough, and it's going to be a ongoing process of trying to slow him down. Herder with a nice pull-up too. Beautiful. These dudes made shots all game, and as you can see, they get out early to an 8-2 lead, starting off 4-5 while we started off 1-5. But like I said, Trae Young is going to be an ongoing process of trying to figure out how to guard him. Knockdown shot by Terry Rozier off a beautiful play. One of my favorite things about us, we run a lot of actions and a lot of screening to manipulate the defense to get mismatches and open looks and open opportunity. As you see right here, we're pushing the break, and Jonathan Kuminga comes with one of those plays of him just putting pressure on the defense, getting to the line, drawing fouls. It's going to be something that's going to make him special throughout the course of this series, especially in the coming years. Because right now, again, he's just a rookie. But even here, you'll see it's just Trae Young is a little too quick, a little too crafty, and a little too creative. And it's tough to try to put Jonathan Isaac on him, because Jonathan Isaac should be matching up with a guy like Julius Randle, who's giving him problems a little bit throughout the course of this game. And boom, right there, that's our game that we're going to try to do. We're going to try to run in transition when we do get stops, get as many easy baskets as we can, layups, dunks, get to the free throw line. Right here, Kuminga started off doing a good job, but then you see Trae Young, once he gets 2 feet in the paint, even if you do help to throw him off, he's going to make the pass. And luckily for us, that was Julius Randle, who was one of their less threatening three-point shooters. But the Atlanta Hawks they're a deep team with plenty of shooting. And right here, when I mentioned mismatches, these are the type of mismatches we're trying to get right there. Jonathan Isaac on Herder, and again, Mo Bamba controlling the glass. But throughout the course of the game, Trae Young is going to make the right decisions and the right passes when he does get 2 feet in the paint to make the defense collapse. So like I said, this is going to be an ongoing process on trying to stop Trae Young and Julius Randle, because Julius Randle had his moments. Right here, Julius Randle just bulldozing. And because we do have a Defensive Player of the Year candidate right there, he was able to cut us off and help us out. And then Jonathan Kuminga with the nasty dunk. One more time for y'all, right over Trae Young. A statement dunk. Something that makes you look at that guy and say he's going to be special in the years of this rebuild. I just love watching that dude play. And then Trae Young just isn't fazed. Next play, he just comes down and sprays it right in our face. 13-13 game early on in the first quarter. Trae Young and the Hawks really controlling the game at this point. We're a good team, so we're going to stay in the game and be a part and be around. But thus far, this has been Atlanta Hawks tempo game and control game. Brogdon, as you see right here, doing this thing. We're going to need big performances from Brogdon and Terry Rozier. And Brogdon might be the guy that gets the assignment next game for Trae Young. Because like I said, Jonathan Isaac, as good of a defender as he is, he specializes with guys more so like another great finish by Jonathan Kuminga, more like Julius Randle than actual guards, quick shifty guards like Trae Young. And with that being said, I think we may want Jonathan Isaac to be guarding Julius Randle and also being second line defense help on a guy like Trae Young. Good pull-up shot for Malcolm Brogdon. Just cold-hearted. Malcolm Brogdon he don't fear much. It's not a shot on the floor that he can't make. And Trae Young is the same way. Trae Young is heartless, cold-blooded, ice game. Trae, y'all already know. Kevin Huerter is another special guy out there. I like the way Kevin Huerter played. I think he's going to be an X factor for them. Again, Trae Young is going to make the plays, and even though Julius Randle isn't the most threatening three-point shooting option that they have, he can also knock down shots as well. And Kevin Huerter, his game is expanding. He's putting the ball on the floor, as y'all can see, and getting to the line himself. We got our second unit out here now with a couple of starters, or no, one starter, Jonathan Isaac. And this is the part where I talked about in the preview. We got to find a way. Jonathan Isaac bails us out, but we got to find a way to be better offensively with our second unit out there. Because sometimes when they're out there, we get stagnant. We look lost. Good block by Moses Brown. And it takes us out of the game. So I need Cole Anthony and I need RJ Hampton to step up and not have to always rely on Jonathan Isaac or Kuminga or somebody being out there with them to control the game. They're coming in because they can play and because we believe in them. And this guy right here made all the right shots. Bogdanovich made all the shots for the Hawks. He didn't have some crazy game, but it just felt like whenever they needed a shot, he was there to make it. But overall, we have our matchups that we like. Jonathan Isaac again stepping up big for us. Our young guys like RJ Hampton, they're going to make shots like that and continue to put the pressure on the defense. But we just need some consistency. And I know this might be tough and a lot to ask for from a young team, but it just seems like the Hawks, all of their guys were ready for the moment. Chris Dunn, as you see, step right up. And this is the type of shots I'm talking about. Just playing their basketball, getting in their game, but there's always certain points throughout the game, and that's just a great move. A good block by Moses Brown to get to our stuff. Even there, like, just giving up that play right there to close out the quarter was tough. But overall, we had a great first quarter. We go into the second quarter with a 2-point lead, 31-29. And right now, I'm just trying to walk y'all through everything that we're thinking, everything that we're liking, we're not liking, and everything we need to fix or continue to do. Because the Hawks are probably the best team that we played against. And I think it speaks volumes to how much they beat up on the Bucks. For them to beat the Bucks in a 5-game series after the Bucks had just beat the Brooklyn Nets says a lot. It says a lot. And Trae Young is not the same Trae Young that I think we all expected him to be. And we'll see throughout this game. This is a smart double team right here. But again, he can get the ball out of his hands and to put our guy in a position to guard two players. So they won that anyway because Chuma had to guard the perimeter. And then even with giving up the perimeter to help, they got offensive board. And there's Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba had a great game. Mo Bamba had an excellent game, in my opinion. If he can continue to play like this, I think we will be going to the NBA Finals. Just my honest and humble opinion. As good as the Hawks are, when Mo Bamba plays at the level that he played at today, we're just too tough of a team to beat. And right there, that defense, the defense that we bring is always going to give us a chance to win these games. Shout out to Jonathan Kuminga hustling back, getting into the passing lanes. And that's why we did put him on Trae. We wanted to have that length to bother Trae and always be in the passing lanes and just always be able to contest the shot. Malcolm Brogdon, like I said, it's not really much of a shot he can't make. And that 3-point shot puts us up 3 in the second quarter. Great contest by Jonathan Kuminga, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Trae Young pops us again and ties the game up at 36. Cole Anthony for the dunk. Good to see Cole Anthony making plays. Because I think when Cole Anthony is that six-man guy playing at his best, he also gives us another dynamic to hold our hats on, to give Rozier and Brogdon the type of rest that they need there. Trae Young is just too quick for Jonathan Kuminga to even get that block or proper contest at the rim, and it just looks too easy. It looks too easy. So we got to find a way to where it's just tougher for Trae. He's going to get baskets. He's going to make the right decisions. He's their best player. They've made it this far for a reason. Good pick and pop. Chumo Kiki is turning into one of the best 3-and-D players in the league. But we just got to make it tougher for Trae. Have to make it tougher for Trae. Send different things at him. Don't want to say let the others beat us, because they are more than capable of beating us. They knock down a lot of shots. You have a guy like Julius Randle who can be a bulldozer, as you see, get to the rim, get to the free throw line. And like I said, some of these guys are just playing differently than when we are used to. As you see, Kevin Huerter right there controlled the whole play right there and got to the lane and finished. So these guys are progressed and aren't the typical players that you used to seeing in real life. This is a couple years ahead in the future. As you see Kuminga getting to the line, Trae Young with an immaculate pass to Okongwu up top. And those right there are the plays that, make Trae Young special. Julius Randle getting to the free throw line again, putting pressure on the defense, getting some of our guys in foul trouble. Here's a tough play for us to guard, a double screen up top, and Trae Young either has a layup, but then once you help, he makes the pass and gets an easy dunk. Trae Young is lethal because he's a willing passer. Like I said when we did the Eastern Conference preview, he's a willing passer, and he's a guy who can make the passes. And shout out to RJ Hampton with the tough finish over Trae Young. That's what we're going to have to do with our guards, is go at Trae Young the way he's going at us. That's a tough floating finish over two of our guards, Terry Rozier and RJ Hampton. And offensively, we got to do the same thing. We got to go at them. As you see, Jonathan Isaac going at Jared Vanderbilt, goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. We're down 49-45. Kevin Huerter running the plays again, just showing the confidence that he has, making a play for Trae Young, who now playing off the ball, and he knocks it down. Just tough. That's just tough. I mean, it's tough to deal with that when you had Trae Young playing on and off the ball. Terry Rozier answers right back to make it a 4-point game, 52-48, with a few minutes left in the second quarter. Trae Young going to work. Great defense by Jonathan Isaac, but if that's anybody else, Trae Young is probably making that basket, to be honest with you. And then there's Terry Rozier trying to answer back again. Jonathan Isaac, good offensive rebound, get to the free throw line. I love it. We need more of that from Jonathan Isaac. But yeah, boom. Trae Young, right past RJ Hampton, splitting the defense, getting to the paint and making the defense collapse for another uncontested wide open 3. It's tough. Those are the players that we got to limit. So I'm thinking going forward, putting Brogdon on him. Brogdon is bigger. Might be quicker laterally than Kuminga, experienced defender. Another great play from us. I love that play with the guards screening for each other up top. And you see RJ Hampton sets up Kevin Huerter, takes him down, relaxes, hands on hips, then all of a sudden bursts out in the sprint, come off Brogdon. Diallo didn't jump up on the screen, and you make them pay. Don't second guess the shot. You catch, you shoot. We live with the make or the miss. It's a great play either way. And then boom, we have Trae Young on RJ Hampton. He's going right past him, floater over to him and Moses Brown. Just too easy. Too easy. Good pull up from RJ Hampton. I love that right there. You got to do the same thing. That's what I want from our young guards. They're not going to be able to guard Trae, lock Trae up and stop Trae. Great shot by Trae. The referee tried to get in his way. Kuminga closed out. Brogdon closed out. Didn't matter. 5-point lead for them going into the halftime. We got Terry Rozier doing what Terry Rozier does best, closing out quarters, making step back shots. We go into half down 3. So right now at the half, we're happy with how we played, but we have to make a few extra plays because of the course of the game. We're staying with them, but they're like I said, as good as we've played, as much as we're in the game, it feels like an Atlanta Hawk controlled game. Trae Young is out there basically doing any and everything that he wants to. Reverse layups, passes, threes, off-ball threes, ball in his hands off screen, pick and roll threes. They're pick and popping. You got Julius Randle getting dunks and getting to the free throw line. Kevin Huerter had made some plays. It's just a lot going the Atlanta Hawks' way, and it feels more of their type of game than ours. So what we want to do is we want to try to eliminate as much as the Trae Young plays as we can, which is hard to say. As you see, they're shooting 53% from the field. We're controlling the glass. That's all I want to do. I want to continue to control the glass. I want to limit our turnovers. We had a few turnovers. But keeping somebody in front of Trae Young and making it somewhat tougher for him, which is an adjustment we're going to have to make in the following games, because we did finish the game or come out in the second half with the same defensive scheme. Jonathan Kuminga is going to continue to be guarding Trae Young. And throughout the game, we will make a different adjustment. As you see at the half, 25-6-2 at the half. This is halftime. Trae Young is giving us full game numbers at the half. We come out of the half, we run more guard-to-guard action between Rozier and Brogdon, which is some of my favorite actions, especially right here with the double screen up top. It just causes too much confusion for every defense we play. And at that point, it's all about our guards knocking down shots. So out of halftime, Terry Rozier comes with a three to tie the game up. Trae Young continues to have his way with Jonathan Kuminga. His length is just, it's not mattering right now. Kuminga is making those plays to get to the free throw line, which I'm loving. We need that type of guy that's going to be able to get to the free throw line at will. Great defensive possession from Jonathan Isaac with the block on Julius Randle. Trae Young continue to make plays, and he's finishing. It's one thing for Trae Young to beat us with his threes and his playmaking, but for him to be going into the paint with a great pull-up jumper right there from Brogdon, for him to be going into the paint just finishing over all of our guys, everybody in our starting lineup is bigger than Trae Young. Great pass and finish by Julius Randle with the and one over Jonathan Isaac. But yeah, you see points in the paint, they almost doubled our points right there. They're just getting easy baskets. We have to make it tough for them as a team and as a unit to not be able to just walk in our paint and get layups. Nice drive and kick by Cole Anthony to Jonathan Kuminga. When he's knocking down that shot, he's scary. With his ability to drive and put pressure on defenses and get to the line for free throws or to finish above players, when he's knocking that particular shot down, he's as dangerous as they come. And now we've made a switch to put Jonathan Isaac on Trae Young. And what do? They do a pick and roll to get Terry Rozier on to Julius Randle. They're getting out in transition, and now Trae Young is rolling. He's had two or three layups already to start the half. Now his confidence is going, and he's just pulling in transition and making us pay. Another great shot from Jonathan Kuminga. Those are you can't teach that type of moment. Step back over Trae Young from Terry Rozier, desperation, and that's what he's getting paid for. So now you see Jonathan Isaac is running around with Trae Young, and they're just letting him run off everything, and now it's causing switches. So now Mo Bamba is guarding him, and this is the intelligence from the CPU. Shout out to Schneid. The awareness and the sliders that he did, it creates a great pass by Terry Rozier, great offensive rebound by Mo Bamba, go up, get to the line. But it creates an intelligence for the opponent that you're playing, the CPU opponent. Great move by RJ Hampton, and one finish, gives us a 1-point lead. But the Hawks are playing with a certain intelligence. This is the same sliders and same difficulty that I played the Celtics on, but because the Hawks are a better put together team, it's more competitive. And that's what I was trying to let people know in the previous videos about the Celtics series. I know it looks fishy or it looks like it's easy, but the Celtics just aren't a good team. It's a lot of isolation ball, a lot of predictable stuff. Crazy shot by Chris Dunn. This is the type of shots that you make when your team is confident. But if you look at how the Hawks are running their offense and what they're doing, it's a lot harder to guard than what it was with the Celtics. And at this point, Julius Randle is on fire with his badge, and he's just taking people to the cup. But they got guys hitting corners. They got guys aggressively making plays off the dribble. Different guys, not always the same guy. They're collapsing defenses and kicking it out, kind of like us. Great pass, again, from Cole Anthony, making the defense collapse, making a read, and kicking it out to our 3-and-D guys. Chuma Okeke is above average, so that's a no-brainer. But even this right here, they have plays that they're doing with two bigs. Okongwu takes Chuma Okeke off the dribble because he can do that, and then finishes at the rim instead of just, hey, Trae Young going to isolate the entire game and we're going to live with him taking tough contested step back shots, which is what the Celtics did with Tatum and Kemba. They just ISO and take step back 3s and 2s, and we just we guard it, and if they make them, we just tip our caps off. But it's only so long and so much you can do that for throughout the entire course of a game. Big and one bucket from Okongwu gives them an 11-point lead. Cole Anthony making the defense collapse again, just simplifying the offense at this point. I'm just letting Cole Anthony do his thing, and Chuma Okeke is delivering. And when it gets to that point, sometimes you just got to do that. And like I said, at that point, you're seeing guys play confident. Like the shots Chris Dunn is making, I can't even be mad at because they're just like, look at Herter. That's just a confident play. That's a confident play, man. That's just confidence. Confidence. 11-point lead. We're not playing bad, but we're down 11 because we allowed them to get to the basket so easily. And now look, wide open 3, man. Look at that type of play calling and play action. We didn't see that against the Celtics. And they're making us pay because we allowed them so many times early on in the third, and especially in the first half specifically. They got a lot of easy looks. Shout out to Malcolm Brogdon. Tough shot that we needed. They got a lot of layups, a lot of offensive rebounds from the bigs. And now look, they're rolling, popping. Every time we score, they have an answer. Now it's a 14-point lead with a minute left in the third. We're desperate for a basket. Cole Anthony again collapsing the defense. Chuma Okeke delivers once again. 3-point shot cuts the lead down to 11. It's getting into crunch time where it's time for us to giddy up. Down 11, Brogdon gets the opportunity to make a play. Mo Bamba rises right above the smaller Chris Dunn and makes him pay with a mid-range jumper. That's encouraging to see because when Mo Bamba is knocking down outside shots, he's damn near unstoppable. Pull up from R.J. Hampton, nope, but Mo Bamba controlling the glass and already has a double-double with 12 and 10 and gets his badge. Going into the fourth quarter, we put together a little quick run to knock it down to single digits. But right there, boom, tough shot from Chris Dunn. We seen Kevin Herter go out and make some plays. Hami Diallo had a couple plays. Okongwu had some and ones and a dunk off the dribble. Role players are starting to play well at home, confident, rolling, and we allowed them to get confidence by allowing them to get to the basket and have some easy looks. Again, Kevin Herter, another easy look, just bigger, stronger, not necessarily faster than Rozier, but he uses his size to get to the rim and finish. Mo Bamba rolling. Great playmaking from Brogdon. Love the finish from Mo Bamba. Get him going. That's now 14 and 10 for him. An incredible game. Rozier getting to that basket. Now it's our time to start getting to the basket and trying to get easy buckets. Hawks call a timeout with a 5-point lead. We hold them scoreless for 2 minutes. We giddied up. Now we're rolling. Now we're getting confidence. Jonathan Isaac offensive board. Good block by Cam Reddish. We get a stop, get the ball back. We get a switch on Trae Young with Jonathan Isaac, and he takes him to the basket. And he himself has a double-double with 13 and 10 after this bucket. Now a 3-point game. Dribble handoff. Great contest from Jonathan Isaac, which is why we wanted him to be on Trae Young. Make it somewhat a little tougher. And Terry Rozier, big shot, Bob. That's what's going to get you paid right there. So we come out in the fourth quarter on fire, tie the game up at 102. Trae Young gets back to simplifying the offense, puts 2 feet in the paint, kicks it out to Bogdanovich, who, again, didn't give us 30, didn't have some crazy game, but he made the buckets when it matters. Jonathan Isaac gets a key charging call, which gives him his 5th foul, and he's going to have to come out of the game after playing some better defense on Trae Young. It's Trae Young, boom, misses, but Randall gets the offensive board for another easy layup. Hard to play with Jonathan Isaac aggressively there after getting the 5th foul. Kuminga gets to the line, knocks them both down, takes a 5-point lead into a 3-point lead, 107 and 104. 7 minutes left to go. Kuminga is now guarding Julius Randle since Jonathan Isaac was on Trae Young and is now on the bench. Trae Young, boom, gets into the paint and finishes again over our size with an and one finish. And boom, Brogdon, transition 3. Key transition 3. That's when we do. When we're at our best. We get stops. We run out. We got guys hitting corners and hitting the perimeter for 3-point shots. And we got other guys running into the lane to potentially get an easy layup or dunk or get to the free throw line. Pick and roll play. Mo Bamba is now on Trae Young. Makes him jump early with a hesitation and finishes with a mid-range jumper. 4-point lead for the Hawks. Trae Young was incredible, man. Watching this is like, look at that pass. He had a shot, made the right pass to Cam Reddish, and that was a big shot. 114 and 107. Great cut and find by Terry Rozier and Mo Bamba. You know, just trying to get as many mismatches as we can. That's what our play calling is basically designed for. Guard on guard action, guard on guard with big mixed in, just to get as many mismatches as we can. Bogdanovich with another key basket to respond to our points. And as you see, the crowd is going wild. Everybody's standing up and making noise. Trae Young getting in his bag, controlling and going anywhere he wants to go. He has a move to go anywhere at any time, and he finishes over us again with another layup to extend the lead to 9. Kuminga has his badge at this point. He's trying to make something happen, forcing an issue. Key turnover with 4:25 to go. The Hawks have the ball with us down 9. Jonathan Isaac checks back in with 5 fouls with 4 minutes left to play because we just need somebody to do something. Big time block on Okongwu with 5 fouls. That's what you do. You put your guys back in, and the real players gonna come back in and make plays. That's 18 points and 14 rebounds for Mo Bamba after that putback dunk. 7-point game, 118 and 111. Trae Young's spin turnaround jumper over our young rookie. Didn't make it. Another block for Jonathan Isaac. With 5 fouls, Jonathan Isaac comes in and makes 2 key defensive plays. And Trae Young is a player of the game, obviously. Look at him. He has a move and something in his bag for every type of defense that we put around him to stop him. He's making threes, off ball, with the ball in his hands. He's spotting up in transition. He's finishing over sides, over bigs. He's passing, bounce passes. He has everything. So back to the game. We're down 7. Inbound Okongwu. He makes the right play. They do a dribble handoff. We go to two players go to Cam Reddish, and he just dribbles between us and makes a dunk. And then Cam Reddish, off of a Trae Young play again, makes the dagger 3 to kind of seal the deal and put them up 12. Last minute or so for us. We're just trying to get back into it. Terry Rozier answers with a 3 of his own to respond to the last 3 that they made. Makes it down to a 9-point game. We get an easy one here with Jonathan Isaac. Again, now we're just trying to play quick catch-up basketball. It's a 7-point game after that dunk. Trying to play tough defense, but Kevin Huerter gets to the line on Terry Rozier. Spot up to Brogdon with a corner bucket. Big-time 3 cuts it down to a 6-point game after Huerter hit his 2 free throws. And here we're trying to get a trap going, but Jonathan Isaac fouls Trae Young, puts him at the free throw line. He makes his free throws, or he missed 1. It's a 7-point game. We put our subs in. Cam Thomas comes in with a corner 3 off of the screen, and it forces the Hawks to put their guys back in so that they wouldn't fumble the game. And then after we didn't foul over so many times, we just let them dribble the ball out, and they win with a 4-point deficit at home for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And you see Trae Young celebrate. And yeah, confetti falls. The Atlanta Hawks are now 3 games away from advancing to the NBA Finals. We got to go back to the drawing board and find a way to stop that man right there. The player of the game is going to be interviewed from David Aldridge. It's time to go back to the drawing board. I will admit some of this is on me. I don't know if Jonathan Kuminga was the smartest thing to do. Maybe I overthought it by trying to quote-unquote put length on him. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board and trying to simplify things, not overthink things. I think we played a good game, but we made it a little too easy. Here I'll give y'all some of the stats. Trae Young, 41 and 10 on 17 of 32 shooting, 4 rebounds, 6 of 17 from the 3-point line. Julius Randle also with a double-double of his own, 22 and 10. He shot 50% from the field, 7 to 8 from the free throw line. Huerter gave them 16, 3 and 3. He hit 2 or 3 threes. Okongwu 13 and 7 from 6 to 8 from the field with 3 steals. Chris Dunn with 11 off the bench, 5 of 8 shooting. Cam Reddish 8-4, 2 steals, a block, 2 of 6. 2 of those buckets being 2 big threes. Bogdanovich only had 7 points. Feels like Bogdanovich had about 15 to 16, but he only had 7 points. He only made 1 3, but that 3 was huge. And then Capella gives you 5 and 6 with a block. And then you have Diallo with 3 and 3. Vanderbilt 3 rebounds. Real good team effort for them. For us on the other side, Rozier gives you 22, 5 and 5, 8 and 19 shooting, 18, 5 and 5 for Brogdon, who shot the ball really well from 3 and from the field. 18 and 14 with 2 steals from Obama. You love to see it. When he puts up those numbers, we're going to be deadly. 17 and 4 and 3 for Jonathan Kuminga with a steal. Jonathan Isaac, 15 and 14 with 5 blocks. Shot 50% from the field. 1 of 3 from 3 and 6 to 8 from the free throw line. RJ Hampton with 13 and 3 off the bench. Shot 14 times. A lot for RJ Hampton, but I'll take it. Okeke with 12 points. All 4 of his makes were from 3. Cole Anthony with a nice 7-assist game, getting 2 feet in the paint and just kicking it out. And then the rest of the guys that got in. So, game 1 in the books.